So today here in front of us we have the OnePlus 12 on the right and the OnePlus 13 on the left. These are two of my favorite devices of all time. I've had the OnePlus 12 for over a year. I think I purchased this from a friend of mine in mint condition, I think around February of last year. And then I've had the OnePlus 13 since launch. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the experience of the OnePlus 12 in 2025. Now, these phones are very similar. The OnePlus 13 brings some minor but needed upgrades over the OnePlus 12. But honestly, it's not a night and day difference. And if you guys can remember back when Apple did the S iPhones, the OnePlus 13 is definitely more like an S upgrade year. I've been back using the OnePlus 12 for nearly a week, and I've got to say, other than two minor areas, I can't tell a difference between these devices in terms of performance. They have the same type of storage, the same amount of storage, the same amount of RAM. The displays are pretty much identical. Now, to my eyes, I'm not sure if this will come through on camera, but if we swipe down here and we take a look at the colors of the quick toggles here, the OnePlus 12 looks a little more darker to me. I'm not sure if that will come through on camera. Now, I have these roughly set to half brightness. I haven't calibrated them exactly, but the OnePlus 12 colors just look a little better to me, and they are set to the same settings. We'll hop in here and take a look. So here we are in screen color mode, and as you can see, they are both set to vivid. We'll scroll down and look at the color temperature. They're both set on default. Also, the screen resolution, they're both set to standard. Now, something I also noticed is that the OnePlus 12 is more zoomed in, and honestly, for me, it's a little easier to see. So, if we go up and we take a look at display size, they're both set on standard. And in terms of the font size and weight, you can also see that they're pretty much the same. But I find it interesting that the OnePlus 12 looks noticeably bigger. Let's take a quick look in the About section. As you can see, both of these are the 512 gig storage model. Same amount of RAM at 16 gigabytes. And honestly, the cameras are pretty similar, but I'm not an avid picture or video taker. But again, I would say in terms of the cameras, that's also another area where the OnePlus 13 is more like an S upgrade. Now, some minor differences here, of course, is in the battery. 6,000 milliamps versus 5,400 on the OnePlus 12. Snapdragon 8 Elite on the OnePlus 13 versus the 8 Gen 3 on the OnePlus 12. But honestly, performance on the OnePlus 12 is still absolutely fantastic, as well as battery life. I can't tell a major difference between these two phones in my usage. Maybe the OnePlus 13 gets an extra, maybe 10, 15-ish percent better battery life, but the charging speeds are the same. You get the same charging brick in the box with either of these phones. Now, on the OnePlus 12, the two minor areas I've noticed slight hiccups in terms of performance is in the camera app. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And also, there's been a time or two I've opened an app and it hasn't opened like instantaneously. I was able to see like the app icon for a split second before the app started loading. But again, that's super, super minor. If we hop into the camera app here in both of these, for example, we're in the photo section here, and I'm not sure this will come through on the video, but let's say we hop into a 3x, so let's do that. If you guys notice that little jitter on the OnePlus 12, let's take a look again. We'll go back out to a 1. Okay, and then we'll jump back into a 3. Okay, let's do that again. Back into a 3. And now let's do a 6. It seems a little bit better than it was the other day, but there is that slight bit of jitter, whereas on the OnePlus 13, if we do a 3, it seems to just punch in pretty smoothly. Let's go back out to a 1, into a 3, and then to a 6. It just seems a little more responsive on the OnePlus 13. Okay, let's hop over here on the OnePlus 12, do the same thing. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 6. So the camera, I'm not sure if you guys can notice that when you're switching back and forth, seems to be a little bit of jitter. But again, this is pretty minor, all things considered. But in every other aspect, in terms of my usage at least. The OnePlus 12 is still a very smooth device here in 2025, and I think even this time next year it will be a very smooth operating device. Of course, with all that RAM, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is still a very good chipset, even though the Snapdragon 8 Elite is a good leap forward in terms of performance. There was an update that rolled out the other day on the OnePlus 13, so let's go back into the About section here. And so as you can see on the OnePlus 13, it's the May 1st security patch, and the OnePlus 12 is on the April 1st. Let's go ahead and check for updates on the OnePlus 12. It should get this update here soon on the OnePlus 12, but something I noticed is on the OnePlus 13, if you touch and hold on the home screen, and then at the bottom here, you go to icons. One of my settings I like to change is hide the app names. So it's a toggle here that says show app names, and you can turn that off. So as you can see, the app names come back, but I think it's just a cleaner look. And before this update, the app names were hidden on your home screens as well as in the app drawer, but now for some reason the app names are back in the app drawer, and I think this may actually be a bug. I hope this isn't a permanent change. I just don't understand why the app names would show up in the app drawer. Okay, if we take a look on the OnePlus 12, just for reference, if we do the same thing, we go into icons, and as you can see, I have it turned off, show app names. Okay, so as you can see, there's no app names on the home screen here, but if we swipe up, there's no app names in the app drawer. But at the same time, I noticed, even though on the OnePlus 12, my layout is a 5x6, it doesn't apply that layout to the app drawer, whereas on the 13, it applies the 5x6, or I guess 5 icons wide layout to the app drawer. So just some strange things here between these devices. Nothing major, but you would think these software changes would be very similar between these devices. So after this video, I will be selling off my OnePlus 12. It has been a fantastic device for the time I've had it, but I'm going to continue rocking the OnePlus 13 and get prepared for the OnePlus 14. I've seen rumors that it's not even going to be called the OnePlus 14. They're just going to jump straight to the 15, which is a bit strange. But absolutely love the OnePlus 13. It's been a fantastic device, and so is the OnePlus 12. Let me know your experience with either one of these devices if you're happy with it. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.